tonight.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
I'm good. Go have fun.
You ever feel like even after someone you love has died, there's still a way you can talk to them?
You want to talk to Debbie?
Yeah. If you can hear us, Debbie, I miss you.
Calm down. It's an old house.
Oh my God.
You just spelled hi, friend. I don't think it's Debbie. Then who the hell is this? Is somebody there? This thing, it's haunting us. Debbie's next.
When you made contact, you invited something evil into our world.
You must play once more to stop it.
We're not playing anymore! It's not even real. It's just a game.
Ouija, rated PG-13.
I mean, do I even need to say what's wrong with this movie? I think you could pretty much sum up everything that's wrong with that movie just by the trailer alone. But, welcome to Time About the Movies, everybody. We have two movies we're looking at today on October 24th, 2014, with the first one, biggest one, being Ouija, which is, of course, based off the popular board game of the same name. And let's just say that if you have to resort to using a generic scream that you hear all over the place in your trailers, maybe that's a good sign that this movie probably isn't going to work out for you. How far would you go to talk to your loved ones? After the death of a friend, a group of teens begin to play the legendary Ouija board in order to communicate with their friend. However, they accidentally release an evil spirit, because of course that's what you do in this situation. A spirit that wants all of them dead. They must find a way to put the spirit back to sleep before they all end up dead. I mean, yeah, that's the problem with the movie. It's the same thing we've seen done over and over and over again. And I'll give Hasbro credit for trying to go down this pathway, making a horror movie based off of one of their popular board games and all that. I mean, this is Hasbro through their Allspark Pictures logo. But, yeah, this film just doesn't work. And it doesn't work because of obvious reasons. One, it's another one of those movies where you have stupid white people going into an old haunted house to do this thing instead of doing it in a place where, you know, you could do this anywhere else. But no, we got to go to the creepiest haunted house or old house imaginable to do this shit. And yeah, the end results speak for themselves. And yeah, like I said, this movie really falls apart right at the seams. I mean, it's a bad movie. The scares are not that scary. The visuals are obviously very terrible. This is a Blumhouse movie, so that means it's going to have a very small budget. There's not one big star in this movie. The biggest star this film has is Olivia Cooke, and even then, she really wasn't known for too much. At the time, I mean, now she's doing House of the Dragon, but she was one of the stars of Bates Motel at the time. The only other big star in this is Bianca Santos, who was in The Fosters, which came out at the time. Oh, and you gotta have Lynn Shay in here, because she was in Insidious, another Jason Blum production. But, yeah, this film didn't work overall, but there is good news. This franchise will eventually find life to it in the next film they do, the prequel, Ouija, Origin of Evil. But then again, when you have Mike Flanagan coming in to write and direct the movie coming off of his success with Oculus, yeah, of course it's going to be a much better movie than this was. This one, yeah, not a good movie, not a really good movie at all, but give it time. We'll get to the good stuff a little bit down the road. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get to the other big franchise that came out this weekend, the one that some people thought was kind of an mostly a movie that really a lot of people weren't expecting. Did kind of underperform at first, but did go on to become one of the most essential action film franchises of recent memory. Keanu Reeves as John Wick.
Lost everything. It's not what you did, son. It's who you did it to.
That nobody?
That nobody is John Wick. October 24th.
Hey, John.
People keep asking if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
John Wick. How good's your laundry? No one's that good. It's October 24th.
I mean, really, John Wick really went on this revenge tour, not just for the fact that it was the last, not just for the fact that his wife is dead. I mean, that's one way of coming out of retirement. But no, once they killed that dog, it's just like, yeah, your number's cooked, pal. Because yeah, that's exactly how this turns out. Yeah, Keanu Reeves stars as John Wick, a legendary hitman who comes out of retirement to seek revenge against the men who killed his dog, a final gift from his recently deceased wife. And as that trailer shows you, yeah, it's not the fact that you did it, it's the fact of who you did it to. And of course, that is John Wick. And it's Keanu Reeves returning to a badass form overall. I said this movie kind of underperformed a little bit, but then again, it really didn't. Far from it. It actually was a surprise hit when it came out. I mean, a movie that really was not expected to do a whole lot of money overall, and went on to become this big box office success, and eventually led to the franchise that we currently have today. And yeah, the movies overall are a lot of fun. There are a lot of really good movies, and Keanu Reeves is just badass as John Wick. I mean, he really sells it in here. But on top of that, you have the impressive action abilities of these directors, David Leitch, who directed the action sequences on here, and Chad Stahelski, who's the director of this, as well as Derek Kolstad. And of course, they would later go on to put together their own successful company with a lot of very good movies that they put together. I mean, David Leitch has gone on to become a very good director overall, with stuff like Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Hobbs and Shaw. Bullet Train may have been the weakest film he's done, but The Fall Guy was a great movie. I mean, this guy is one of the great action directors we have working right now, and it started with this movie right here, as he was an uncredited director on here, and it just goes to show the way that these guys handle the action in this is so well done. I mean, the acting overall is really good. You have a cast that also includes Michael Nyqvist from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Alfie Allen, Adrian Padalecki, Bridget Moynihan, Dean Winters, Ian McShane, John Leguizamo, Willem Dafoe, Lance Reddick is in here. I mean, this is a good cast overall, but I mean, the action overall is really where the film just comes together and just becomes this great, great film. And you could tell that the people who made this took a lot of inspiration from a number of different things. I mean, of course, the big ones are Kolstad himself has said he took a lot of inspiration from Aliens, Predator, Die Hard, some of the greatest action movies of all time. Underrated is great classic films like the Coen Brothers' Miller's Crossing, even taking in some black comedy and even a little bit of modern comedy too, especially with animated shows like Rick and Morty and SpongeBob SquarePants being thrown in here overall. And yeah, it was something where it was actually kind of interesting how they put this whole thing together, and it just works so very well in this movie. And again, the real star of the movie is Keanu Reeves, and it just basically kind of rejuvenated his action career as a whole and made him that big draw that, you know, he was back in the day, and proved that, hey, this guy still has got it even after all these years. It just works, man. It's just an incredible film that started off this really good franchise all across the board. What more can you say, man? John Wick is pretty badass, and yeah, if you're thinking that Keanu Reeves is back with this, yeah, we're thinking that he's back. And so with all that said, we wrap up another episode of Time About the Movies. Next time we meet, we take a look at the last two movies of Halloween weekend 2014. And of course, the studios aren't going to put out any big hits, big movies on Halloween, but we are going to get at least one good movie out of it. Jake Gyllenhaal, starring in Dan Gilroy's Nightcrawler. And then you got a bad movie. Not just a bad movie from the same guys that gave us the Blair Witch Project, which they finally discovered the found footage generation and decided, you know what we should do? Let's go back into the woods and not only do a movie about, you know, these stupid kids going into the woods again. No, let's do it and let's have Sasquatch be the villain of this movie. Exists. If you don't know what this movie is, you should consider yourself lucky. But we'll talk about those two movies coming up tomorrow on the show, so be on the lookout for that. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and do me the honors of hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button. Also, don't forget to check out our playlist, and don't forget to check out the previous episode we did. So with all that said, whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care.